डिप्रेशन से निकलते 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 मेनिया शुरू हो जाता था, तो डॉक्टर को पता ही नहीं लगता था। और ऐसा हुआ था कि जब फादर को घर लेके आए थे तो माँ ने छत से छलांग मार दी थी। तो मैंने देखा उनको, एक बार उन्होंने दीवार में एक नल लगा हुआ था, उसको उखाड़ दिया, इतनी ज़्यादा एनर्जी। सो वी वेंट टू बैंगलोर। इट वॉज आई जस्ट something in my brain couldn't adjust to a new city with a small child. Something went wrong and I became a panic station. It was a non-stop panic.
बचपन से लेकर आज तक हम कहानियाँ सुनते हैं और ये कहानियाँ ही होती हैं जो हम इंसानों को एक दूसरे से जोड़ती हैं. Some stories are sad, some stories are happy, but they definitely create an impact. आज जो हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं, that story also holds a potential to change the whole tide and change your perspective. I welcome to Heal It Shubha Menon ji to share her story living with bipolar disorder.
Hi
Shubha ji,
Sagar. Hello, I'm so happy to be here.
welcome to Heal It. And Heal It एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जो इन्फॉर्म, एजुकेट और एम्पावर करता है यूथ को, हमारे नए जनरेशन को, by disseminating the right information about mental health.
बहुत ज़रूरी है ये.
बिल्कुल मैम. एंड आज का एपिसोड हम सबके लिए बहुत स्पेशल है. कैसा लग रहा मैम आपको? हाउ आर यू फीलिंग टुडे?
I'm feeling very relaxed and it's a good day.
राइट. व्हेन यू रिसीव्ड माय कॉल एंड मैंने जब आपको बोला कि मैम यू हैव टू शेयर योर स्टोरी, आपके जहन में क्या चल रहा था? व्हाट वर यू फीलिंग दैट टाइम?
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मेरी स्टोरी हो या किसी की भी स्टोरी हो जो मेंटल हेल्थ के प्रॉब्लम्स के साथ डील कर रहा है, बहुत ज़रूरी है कि वो सामने आए. सो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टू बी हियर. आई थिंक इट इज़ critical, especially now more than ever, because I think last I read WHO was saying that India is very soon is going to be the depression capital of the world. और अभी अगर हम लोग अवेयरनेस स्प्रेड नहीं करेंगे तो ट्रेजेडी है.
ऑफ कोर्स मकबूल. मैम, एक चाइल्डहुड हमारे लिए बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है, राइट? एंड एज आई मेंशन कि बचपन से लेके बड़े होने तक हम कहानियाँ सुनते हैं. आई वॉन्ट टू टेक यू बैक टू योर चाइल्डहुड एंड आई वॉन्ट टू आस्क यू हाउ वॉज योर चाइल्डहुड, इफ़ यू कैन हेल्प अस हाईलाइट.
मेरी कहानी में भी एक हीरो है और एक विलन है, और उसके साथ कुछ साइड कैरेक्टर्स हैं जो भी बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट हैं. और जो हीरो है वो मेरे फादर थे, जो मुझे इतना प्यार करते थे कि मतलब उसकी कोई लिमिट ही नहीं थी. और जो विलन है वो मेरी माँ, क्योंकि मेरी मदर को एक्यूट बाइपोलर डिसऑर्डर था. इतना एक्यूट कि आप सोच भी नहीं सकते कि ऐसा भी कोई हो सकता है. तो मेरी लाइफ में यही था, हर टाइम डरते छुपते माँ से, और फादर की वेट करना कि ऑफिस से आएंगे तो सब ठीक हो जाएगा. कुछ ऐसा था मेरा. और मेरे भाई बहन जो भी खुद भी मतलब सबके सब इन सम डिग्री दे आर ऑल अफेक्टेड बाय बाइपोलर डिसऑर्डर.
So you are the eldest or?
No, I'm the youngest.
Okay.
I'm the youngest. I have 2 sisters and 2 brothers. Like they don't have, except for one brother and one sister, the other 2 did not have bipolar disorder, like in inverted commas, like
Right.
not like that, but they were affected.
Okay.
So we were this one dysfunctional family moving around. But when we were children, we didn't know कि हमारे कुछ खराब है या कुछ है. हमें फिर माँ डरावनी है, but उसके अलावा हमें तो कुछ पता ही नहीं था.
So how was your mother, ma'am? मतलब if you can help us highlight कि क्यों डर था उनसे, क्या थे ऐसी चीज़ें कि which you later on got to know that she has this?
Actually ना, एक तो उनकी अपनी चाइल्डहुड बहुत बहुत ट्रॉमेटिक थी. तो वो जब बहुत छोटी थी, आई थिंक 12 साल या ऐसे, तो उनके फादर की डेथ हो गई थी किसी एक्सीडेंट में. और ऐसा हुआ था कि जब फादर को घर लेके आए थे तो माँ ने छत से छलांग मार दी थी. तो दोनों मतलब तो सडनली ऑर्फन हो गए थे दोनों बच्चे. और मेरी माँ ने तो देखा भी था अपनी माँ
जंप करते हुए.
हाँ. तो आई थिंक उसी के कारण कुछ हो गया, कुछ शिफ्ट हो गया, कुछ जेनेटिक म्यूटेशन हो गई, और फिर वो कभी ठीक नहीं हुई. तो हमें इतना कुछ पता नहीं था. हमें तो ये सब बाद में पता लगा कि ये सब हुआ था. मगर मेरी माँ मुझे हमेशा, जब मैं छोटी थी तो बोलती थी चल छत पे चल, मेरे साथ कूदते हैं. एक छोटे बच्चे के लिए आप सोचो कितनी कितनी डरावनी चीज़ है ना।
ऑफ कोर्स मैम, ऑफ कोर्स।
तो वो था। फिर ये था कि जब डिप्रेस होती थी तो इतनी ज़्यादा डिप्रेस हो जाती थी कि अपने आप को पंखे से लटकाने की कोशिश करती थी दुपट्टा बांध के। कितने कितने दिन यहाँ पे ब्रूजेस, और मतलब इतनी ज़्यादा डिप्रेशन कि हमसे क्या ही रिलेट करती।
एंड एट दिस टाइम हाउ ओल्ड वर यू?
मैं उस टाइम होंगी जूनियर स्कूल, मतलब क्या 8-10 साल ऐसे कुछ।
एंड व्हेन वाज द फर्स्ट टाइम यू एनकाउंटर्ड हर एपिसोड्स कि आपको लगा कि यार
आई थिंक इसी टाइम हुआ होगा 7-8-9 साल में कभी।
ओके।
और जब उनको मेनिया का अटैक होता था तो तब भी वो घर से भाग जाती थी और पता नहीं लगता था कहाँ गई। कभी गोल्ड का हमने बाद में पता किसी रिक्शा वाले को गोल्ड के कड़े दे दिए कि मुझे स्टेशन पे छोड़ाओ। ऐसे मतलब उनको पता ही नहीं होता था मैं क्या कर रही हूँ। और इतनी एनर्जी आ जाती थी उनको
मेनिया फेज में तो
हाँ।
बहुत ज़्यादा।
तो मैंने देखा उनको, एक बार उन्होंने दीवार में एक नल लगा हुआ था उसको उखाड़ दिया, इतनी ज़्यादा एनर्जी। तो ऐसे बंदे से तो डरोगे ना। तो मेरे में ना बचपन से एक डर बैठ गया था जो आई थिंक अभी भी कहीं कहीं है कि ऐसी डर में ही जिए हैं हम लोग।
मैम आपने बताया फादर वाज वेरी सपोर्टिव, तो अब उस टाइम तो इतनी नॉलेज थी भी नहीं और इंडिया में इतनी ज़्यादा आई थिंक इन्फॉर्मेशन भी नहीं थी इस चीज़ को लेके। सो हाउ योर फादर यूज्ड टू मैनेज ऑल दिस?
एक्चुअली मेरे फादर में बहुत पेशेंस थी और वो अलग तरह के इंसान थे ना। तो वो कभी उन्होंने मेरी माँ को डांटा नहीं, कभी ये नहीं ब्लेम नहीं किया कि तू कैसी है, तू क्या करती रहती है, कभी नहीं। उनको कुछ नहीं कहा और उनको डॉक्टर भी ले जाते थे। पर प्रॉब्लम ये थी कि साइकाइट्री इंडिया में उस टाइम आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट सम 80 years बैक, यू नो मे बी 70 या 75 years बैक, उस टाइम पे साइकाइट्री थी इंडिया में पर इट वाज नॉट द बेस्ट, यू नो, इट वाज जस्ट काइंड ऑफ बिगिनिंग। सो एट दैट टाइम मेडिकेशन थी मगर मेडिकेशन भी इतनी डेवलप्ड और एडवांस नहीं थी। तो इतने सीवियर साइड इफ़ेक्ट्स और मतलब डिप्रेशन से निकलते मेनिया शुरू हो जाता था तो डॉक्टर को पता ही नहीं लगता था। और एक डॉक्टर तो मुझे याद है जब मैं थोड़ी बड़ी हो गई थी, जब मैं करीब 20 और समथिंग, तो एक बार मैं अपनी मम्मी के साथ गई थी डॉक्टर के पास। तो वो डॉक्टर ही गुस्सा हो गया मेरी माँ से।
अच्छा।
हाँ, कि मेरी माँ ने कुछ बोल दिया होगा कि तुम मुझे ठीक नहीं कर पा रहे हो, कुछ ऐसे बोला होगा, मुझे इतना भी याद नहीं है। मगर वो नाराज़ हो गया। अब तुम पेशेंट से नाराज़ नहीं हो सकते ना,
ऑफ कोर्स,
है ना। सो फिर उसने बोला मैं देखूंगा ही नहीं इन्हें, अब इनको मेरे पास लाना ही मत कभी।
अच्छा।
तो ऐसी थी साइकाइट्री। बहुत गिने चुने साइकाइट्रिस्ट थे दिल्ली में और आई डोंट थिंक इतना इफेक्टिव था। उनको इलेक्ट्रिक शॉक्स भी लगे थे 1-2 बार।
अच्छा।
इलेक्ट्रिक शॉक्स के बाद वो ठीक भी हो गई थी, पर फिर से दोबारा वही पैटर्न दोबारा हो गया। और ये जो आजकल हम थेरेपी की बात करते हैं ना, टॉक थेरेपी वगैरह,
Right.
वो उस टाइम नहीं थी।
राइट।
तो शी रियली हैड नो आउटलेट। सो मुझे ये लगता है कि क्योंकि अवेयरनेस भी कम थी और मेडिकेशन वगैरह भी नहीं थी, इसलिए उनका ना और बिगड़ता गया केस
इट डिटोरिएट।
वेरी बैडली। इट जस्ट केप्ट डिटेरियोरेटिंग बिकॉज इसे ऐसा भी नहीं है कि घर में बहुत ज़्यादा सपोर्ट भी नहीं थी ना, क्योंकि
Right.
हम लोग तो बच्चे थे और मेरे फादर को ऑफिस जाना पड़ता था।
राइट।
तो वो अकेली ही रह जाती थी ना। तो ऐसा नहीं था कि बहुत ज़्यादा कोई वार्म अपना कोई ऐसे कुछ कोकून है उनको बहुत प्यार से उसके अंदर रखा हुआ है, ऐसा नहीं था। उनको भी डील करना पड़ता था लाइफ के साथ,
ऑफ कोर्स।
यू नो। सो या शी हैड अ टेरेबल लाइफ।
And you spoke about your siblings, ma'am. And you also mentioned that they also have a shade of it.
यस,
So, what are the symptoms or the signs that you see in them?
see, one of my brothers had an problem with alcohol.
Acha.
And I have read that people who have mental illness, this can be a coping mechanism, or it's just that you also come with a built-in propensity for addiction.
Of course.
You know?
Right.
So poor guy, he was drinking and coping with my mother and him. My father also couldn't take it, And also, I think it's very difficult to understand. You want your son to get up and come to office, and your son is lying drunk. You feel I built this, and look at him, and you just kind of disgusted with that.
It's very
Yeah.
pitiful situation.
Yeah, but it's not the alcoholic's fault. You see, you have to get him treated. But these things we don't know. We only know now in retrospect. But we didn't know then. So yes, I mean, it seems like it was a terrible childhood, but it was not all bad. I don't think it was all bad.
You mentioned मैम कि इलेक्ट्रिक शॉक्स दिए थे उसके बाद ठीक हुई थी तो ठीक वाला फेस कैसा था if you can describe?
ठीक वाला फेस बहुत, she was beautiful. She was such a intelligent, highly intelligent, and very liberal in the way, her kind of attitude was so liberal, and she was sweet. She was lovely. If she had ever got the chance, she would have made a fantastic mother. I'm just happy that I saw glimpses of it. So I know that my real mother was actually brilliant, So, तो जब मैं बड़ी होती थी तो मुझे लगता था कि शी इज़ द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ माई लाइफ. अगर ये नहीं होती तो सब ठीक होता. अब बिकॉज ऑफ हर, बिकॉज समटाइम्स शी वुड कम टू माई स्कूल ऑल्सो.
अच्छा.
और ऐसे कपड़े ऐसे अजीब, बिकॉज शी वॉज नॉट वेल, शी डिडंट नो. तो ऐसे ही अजीब से साड़ी बिना प्रेस किए, बाल बिखरे हुए, वैसे ही लोग देखते थे ये कौन आ गया अजीब सा. और फिर ये मेरी माँ है. तो कितनी शर्म आती है, सोचो, है ना, सब बच्चों के सामने.
लोगों का परसेप्शन क्या था उनको लेके?
लोग
नेबर्स या
हाँ, लोग
फ्रेंड्स?
आई थिंक ये बिकॉज इट्स दिस एटीट्यूड कम्स फ्रॉम लैक ऑफ नॉलेज एंड लैक ऑफ एजुकेशन ना. लोग सिर्फ तमाशा देखते हैं. दैट्स my experience, that they just want to watch and laugh and then forget about it, go home. Nobody thinks that, okay, this person needs help. That attitude I have not seen, at least in my life.
Even now.
I have seen sometimes, the schizophrenics on the roads I've seen, they are in such bad shape, but people are just throwing them, get out of my way. Don't stand at the bus stop, policeman will say. Get out, go somewhere else. Some woman is dancing on top of the flyover. Just a month back I saw. People stopped and laughed. People on scooters, I called up the cops. After that, they called me up. I got 25 calls, I think, from the police saying, where was she? We are trying to trace her. We can't find her. They didn't find her. So she went away from there. But I know that, I don't know how much they tried to find her also. I don't know. But there is no sympathy. On the other hand, I'm not sure if somebody has a heart attack on the road that there will be sympathy. I don't think so. We are a society like that, I'm told that Bombay is much better. But in Delhi, we are like notorious for not caring. Somebody has an accident, people go and try and take his gold ring and his laptop and all. It's sad. It's a sad.
How was your friendship? How was your peer circle back then? And when they knew that your mother is going through something?
Yeah. So I would have neighbors asking me like, I saw your mother throwing bricks from the terrace. What is wrong with her?
Acha.
And I don't know what to do. I didn't know where to look. And I would say, I don't know. I wasn't at home at that time. Like that. So, but with children are all right. So as long as nobody came to my house to play, it was okay. If I went to people's houses to play, it was fine. Only now and then, extremely insensitive adult would ask something like, what is wrong with your mother? You don't ask a child that.
Of course.
But yeah, but people are like that. But then, what happened when I was in class 7th or 8th in Delhi? We went to Jaipur for something, and we were going to drop my father's friend's daughter to some school over there, in a boarding school.
Okay.
And that girl didn't like the school. I told my father, I want to stay in this school. So he put me in the school.
Because you wanted to be away.
I wanted to be far away, So I went to that boarding school, and that was great. It was the best time of my life. That was far away. I could breathe. Otherwise, you just have to tiptoe around the house because you never know what could make her angry. And it wasn't just angry. It was a lot of, you know, when she would be depressed, she would constantly tell us that, you know, you are no good. You are going to be just like me. You will,
Sure.
you know, you will never get married because, you know, you are so ugly. So she would pull you down. So it really impacted self-confidence, you know. And actually, it's very difficult to forgive a person like that,
Of
you know,
course, ma'am.
because just horrible. But the only thing is, my dad used to make up for it, you know. He used to spoil us. So anything, if I wanted to go to the market and buy one thing and I pointed to 5 things, he'd buy me all 5. You know, he was not just that. Every day he would bring fruit or some little, you know, something to eat, and we would eat together. And anything I was going through, he was there. He found time for us. Until I was about 7, 8 or so, I slept in the room with him. So my mom and he would sleep and I would sleep in the middle. I was like so attached to him. And
You were the closest.
I was the youngest, no? So that's why youngest, I think that makes somehow, my dad was really fond of me, and of course both of us. But he was like, every evening after dinner, we would go for a walk together and we would chat about this, that and the other. And you know,
What was the normal conversation about? Like, if you can help us understand कि क्या बातें होती थी आपकी और आपके पापा की?
पहले तो हम लोग पहले हम वॉक पे जाते थे, हम लोग पान की दुकान पे जाते थे। फिर
अच्छा।
मैं मीठा पान खाती थी, वो सादा पान खाते थे।
अच्छा।
फिर हम थोड़ी आगे जाते थे तो एक घर था, एक बंगालीज का घर था। उनके घर से बाहर से देखो ना तो ऐसा लगता था कि बहुत पीसफुल है, क्योंकि एक लैम्प जल रही होती थी और बाहर एक गार्डन, फूल, और ऐसा लगता था जैसे बिल्कुल शांत है।
So aesthetic.
हाँ,
So calm.
yeah, so every day when we used to pass, one of us used to say that the Majumdars are having a quiet dinner.
अच्छा, that
both
was a
laugh.
fun.
And we would both laugh. So he was like, just, he never let all his stress and tensions show on his face, and he never even let them ever, you know, kind of affect us, because he would not talk about them. He would get up in the morning and he would be, you know, he had this habit of washing his own clothes. He would wash his own clothes, iron his own clothes, walk to the market, buy the vegetables. He liked to keep himself active like that. And he used to shave in front of the mirror. And whenever I would pass by, he would put that foam on my nose.
अच्छा.
You know, and it was really sweet. You know?
Cute.
And he used to sing in the bathroom. And he never talked about office, his work. He would come by and ask us how was college.
What was he
You know,
into?
he was a businessman. He was into some, he was chemicals and stuff, some, you know, industrial chemicals and all. He had a roaring business. He was brilliant at it. So we were very well provided for, and that makes a lot of difference.
Of course, ma'am. Of course, of course. And what was his equation with your mother, ma'am?
She used to plague his life. Like once she got it into her head, you know, some question like, you know, when will the world end?
अच्छा.
Then she will ask him once, twice, thrice. She would ask him 100 times, बताओ ये दुनिया कब खत्म होगी, कब खत्म होगी? अब कितनी पेशेंस होगी जिसमें, जो कभी नहीं चिल्लाता वापस, तो बोलता है हो जाएगी जल्दी हो जाएगी, you know. So he really, he looked after her totally. He was wonderful. I don't know how he did it, because her phases were so extreme, you know, but he did it, and he also earned, and he also looked after us, you know.
When was the first time that you all got to know that she's undergoing this mental health condition?
Okay, so see, by the time I was, I think 10, 11, 12, I knew that something is wrong with her. Now, what is wrong with her, I didn't know, because there was no label, you know. And even these names like bipolar 1, 2, 3 now,
Right,
now they've come much later. So that she has a mental illness, one also didn't know whether it's a mental illness, because, you know, my grandmother and all would say कि somebody has put a spell on her, कुछ जादू कर दिया है, कुछ टोना कर दिया है, you know. So one used to think कि शायद इनको वो है या कोई illness है. वो illness, because my father treated her as so normal, you know, in spite of her illness, the fact that she's an ill person never really communicated itself to me. Maybe because I was also the youngest and more sheltered than the others. But the fact that she is a mentally ill person with bipolar disorder, this didn't happen till I grew up. You know, so only when I grew up, and especially when I got diagnosed with it, then I understood that, you know, this is an illness.
मतलब जब आप आगे लाइफ में बढ़ रहे थे, like while you were growing up, you must have done your college,
Yes.
schooling and everything. आपने कभी ये सोचा था कि you will have a similar mental health condition as your mother?
Actually, I never thought I would, because, I mean, from childhood, I would, my subconscious would keep telling me that you are not like her, you are not like her. And I kind of internalized that, and I would all the time deny that anything can be wrong with me. Because, I mean, I figured that she had this terrible experience with her parents, losing her parents very early in a very tragic way. But I didn't have that. So why should I fall sick? You know, and my brothers and sisters, they were also, I mean, they also became unwell, whatever, later, you know. So growing up, I never expected that I could fall sick. I never did. And it came like a slap in the face when I got diagnosed, you know.
When was the first time you ever experienced a similar kind of a panic attack or something?
Yeah. So, so I think first, was in college, and exams were coming and I hadn't studied at all.
Okay.
And then suddenly I said, oh my God.
Exam stress वो बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया.
And I was like crying and I couldn't read. And that was just this thing that, oh God, I can't take the exam. I can't take the exam. I'm going to fail the exam. That, and my sister and all kind of helped me.
Your sister was staying with you?
No, she was married by then. Both my sisters were married.
Okay.
But they were
And where
here.
were you during this time? In Delhi?
Delhi only. So they helped me and it went away. So it was momentary. You know, it was like there for till the exam. I sat for the exam and I gave it and I cleared it also. But that, I think, was
the
probably
first race.
Yeah. And actually, if you go back, perhaps, you know, once I went to Bombay and we had gone to this temple. And temple was on the seashore. And there were these waves which were coming crashing. And there were these black, big rocks. And I was, I think, about 7, 8 years old. And I looked at the rocks and I'm thinking that, you know, what if I fall on those rocks? Then what's going to happen to me? And that kind of got stuck in me, you know. Like I couldn't forget that. And of course, once we went off, you know, came home to Delhi and all that, it probably got buried somewhere. But one day when I was sitting and doing my homework and my sister was helping me, suddenly I started crying. And my sister asked me what happened, and I said, what if I fall on those rocks? And she was wonderful. She really, you know, cheered me up. She told me, you can't fall because I'll be there and I won't let you fall. And, you know, she was lovely. And it kind of then got out of me. But perhaps that was a sign that, you know, you are going to be tortured by such fears in life. But then for a long time, I was okay. So while I was in boarding school, I was absolutely fine. Perhaps because I was away from that environment.
Right. कैसा था आपका boarding school का environment कैसा था?
बहुत अच्छा था. It was very relaxed, a lot of fun and not much emphasis on studies. It was a lot about running and play acting and singing and all that. Boarding, it was midnight feasts and all that. It was great. It was superb. Uncomparable, I would say, incomparable. So, but once I remember my mama came to the school also. Gosh. You know, actually क्या हुआ था कि school बंद हो गया था और सबको घर जाना था. तो नॉर्मली क्या होता था कि ट्रेन्स में ना दिस टू सेंड अस इकट्ठा टीचर्स के साथ. सो एक दिल्ली पार्टी होती थी, एक हावड़ा पार्टी होती थी, बॉम्बे पार्टी. सो दिल्ली पार्टी की ट्रेन में कुछ हो गया था, कैंसिल हो गई थी या स्ट्राइक वाइक कुछ हो गया था.
अच्छा.
सो दे साइड कि इस बार ट्रेन से बच्चे नहीं आएंगे तो पेरेंट्स अपनी अरेंजमेंट बना लो. तो मेरे फादर said, I'll come and pick you up in the car. I didn't ever think I could bring my mother.
Oh God.
And she was like manic, crazy. And you know, when she was manic, her whole appearance would change. She would become like, I think probably because of the medicine, but she would be like all
swollen,
yeah, and scary and talking so much. You आवाज़ ही बिल्कुल ख़त्म हो गई, एक बार फिर भी बोलती जा रही है ऐसे, और एक there was a girl who said to me that I can I take a lift with you because her parents were abroad. I said yeah, you come. मुझे क्या पता कि my mother's going to be in the car. So वो लड़की भी बेचारी आ गई, and I was so ashamed, I can't tell you. But what happened as a result was that I became a very good actor. I really learned how to mask.
Play around.
Yeah, and mask. So no one could tell that this girl has a problem at home. Even in college also, in school also, even in office, no one could tell, So I learned acting, brilliant acting. Yeah.
Ma'am, moving forward, you mentioned college में सबसे पहला आपको लगा कि ऐसा हुआ. When was the time when you actually got diagnosed?
Yeah. So, I got married and then I had my child. I think my child was about 2.5 or so. And we had to go to Bangalore because I got a job there. ऐसे कुछ हुआ था. So we went to Bangalore, and
when was this?
This was when my daughter was when I was about 30, 32 or so.
मतलब which year, if specifically?
1990s.
अच्छा.
Huh?
Okay.
And it was, something in my brain couldn't adjust to a new city with a small child and no help and new office. Something went wrong, and I became a panic station. It was a non-stop panic, and I lost some 18 kilos in 1 or 2 months. I couldn't eat. That was my panic. That's the way it manifested. Couldn't swallow. It was horrible. But in 6 months, it went away.
अच्छा.
Yeah.
But 6 months वो कितना often होता था, ma'am? How often?
Constant. 24 hours.
So you were always on your toes.
Yeah, stress and panic. And it was so bad that I used to go to office and I used to be given some brief. I was in contract advertising at that time. They would give me a brief and say, okay, create this deadline tomorrow, we need this. And I would say, I can't do it.
अच्छा.
I can't do this ad. I can't write. Then if I can't write, how will I earn? If I don't earn, how will we survive? Then what will happen to my daughter? Then who will pay the school fees? All spiral of rubbish thoughts. And I would go to the bathroom and I'd throw up. Then after 5 minutes, again go and throw up. Then again, I have like 20 times of throwing up. It was agony, it was really bad. And I had nobody there whom I knew. I don't know why I went all the way.
How was the work life? Like, did anyone got to know about it?
Yeah. So then when it became very bad, I started telling the people, there were other copywriters and all in the office that
you were also.
Yeah, I was a copywriter. Started telling them I can't do the work. I can't. And they said, of course you can do the work. You're doing it. What's wrong with you? And then they would try and soothe me and say, sometimes that happens, new city, new everything. Sometimes, you can't deal with it. So they tried, but it was me who held the fort. No food, nothing, everything feeling terrible, but I held the fort. So I'm so proud of myself. I didn't collapse. I didn't have a breakdown. I just did what I had to do. I survived it.
And how was it going back home to your daughter?
So that's what I said. I became this supreme actress. I would go home to her and I'd be completely fine on the surface. I'd play with her, help her with whatever school things she had to do. She was little. She was 3 years old. She had friends in the, that building complex and all. I was totally normal as much.
Different person,
Yeah,
completely
just
different.
happy, smiling, playing with her, helping her with her toys,
Okay.
all that. My husband knew.
Okay.
He knew, and he would keep telling me that it's okay. And he said, actually, he knew a psychiatrist. I started going, but he didn't give me any medicines. He would just talk, and somehow,
For the 6 months
Yeah.
that you were
Yeah.
encountering these episodes.
and so the talk therapy didn't help me in the least. I think I needed medicine.
Medication.
But he must have thought that she's never shown the symptoms before. So maybe it's all the change in circumstances, whatever he thought. So he didn't give me any medicine. It's only when 6 months later I came back to Delhi for a visit, and then I went to the doctor here in Delhi, and he said that you have bipolar disorder. And he put me on antidepressants.
But when you actually got to know Delhi mein,
Hmm.
you have this.
Yeah, so I told myself that this is not bipolar disorder. He's wrong. It can't be bipolar disorder. It's moment. It's just a one-time thing. I was under a lot of stress, and so it also my mind went a little crazy. So, but it's back in normal place, and I don't need to worry about it. कुछ नहीं होगा.
Did you mention to him about your family history, your mother and all?
I did. But
What did he say?
he didn't say much. He said, "Let's get you out of this depression, and then we'll see."
Acha.
Hmm.
So what were the medications he
So
prescribed?
he put me, I remember, on anti-dep. There was a
Achha.
antidepressant.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started with that. It used to make my mouth and all really dry, I remember. So he had told me that keep some elaichi and all in your pocket. That it took 6 months to get out of that depression also. But after 3-4 months, I started getting a little better,
So at that time, who was your primary support system, go-to person, or
My
the
husband.
caregiver?
My husband
He knew all along.
knew.
So how he used to help you during these?
You see, the thing is, no one can really help you. It's your own hell in your own head. Unless you're a trained person who can talk to you and bring you out of it, the normal person can't. But what he did was that he kind of just sympathized. He didn't tell me that, a lot of times now people don't know and they tell you something stuff like, let's see a movie, your mood will change, or, चलो तुम कुछ अच्छा खा लेते हैं. उससे नहीं होता. It's something deeper going on in your head. Actually, you know what happened? I was going through such a bad time in Bangalore, and when his parents came from Delhi to be with us, I became okay.
Acha.
So somewhere I think I was feeling sort of abandoned. And
You're
then I
missing.
became okay. Yeah. Yeah.
How were your in-laws?
My in-laws actually didn't really know. They were sweet, they were nice. But yeah, I didn't lean on them for much support. Because, you know how it is now. You have stigmatized it to such a degree to yourself that how do you tell people? Now, of course, look at me, I'm brazenly on Times Network. I can talk about my bipolar disorder. But when you're younger, you don't talk about these things. The thing is, at that time I found it very difficult to tell anybody that I have this problem. I just
Stigma.
just put a mask on top and behave normal. Just keep behaving normal. That became my coping mechanism. I just felt that, people call you pagal, no? Can you imagine? I couldn't bear the thought also that someone will say कि ये तो पागल है.
मैम बाइपोलर में 2 चीज़ें होती हैं, एक आपका हाइपोमेनिया, एक आपका डिप्रेशन, ठीक है, और दोनों फेजेस आर कम्प्लीटली पोल्स अपार्ट. आई वॉन्ट यू टू हेल्प अस अंडरस्टैंड, एंड सिंस लॉट ऑफ यंग जनरेशन इज वॉचिंग दिस, आई वॉन्ट यू टू मेक देम अंडरस्टैंड कि ये दोनों क्या होते हैं, क्या करते हैं व्हेन वन अंडरगोज, ठीक है, और कैसे इससे डील किया जाए, या आई वुड से कि कैसे हेल्प ली जाए इस चीज़ के लिए.
Okay, so actually, so if you draw a line like that, then this is depression and this is mania. So hypomania is something which is less than mania. So somewhere here. So depression, mania, hypomania. So in depression, it's like the person who has bipolar disorder doesn't have a control switch. So when you get depressed, you can go down, 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 down. Your body doesn't switch back. Like for instance, if you suppose you lose your job, you'll be depressed.
Of course.
You'll be depressed for a week, 2 weeks. Then you'll say, okay, let me find another job. Your chemicals will resurface. The person who has clinical depression or bipolar depression will go down and will not know where to stop and will be powerless to stop it. So your depression can get so bad that you can jump off a cliff. You can jump out of the window. So there is that control, and that bounce back is missing. Similarly, if you get into the manic phase, then your mania can start with hypomania, which is that you are just happy, little excessively happy, Like you can come into the office, get out of the lift and dance to your seat. And everybody will say, hey, Sagar, what happened? You're very so happy today. I'll say, yeah, I'm just feeling good. But nobody will say that you go to the psychiatrist. You'll be okay, acceptable levels. So, but in a bipolar person, the mania can climb so high that you're really not in your senses. Sometimes you can have psychotic symptoms. I have known people who have gone to India Gate and torn off their clothes and stood there and said that I'm Jesus. I've seen people like that. It can make you get into fights. You can get violent. So that's mania. Hypomania is a very mild form of mania. How to get out of it? The only way that I know of getting out of it is medication. So whatever chemicals are getting depleted because of depression, some chemicals are not firing. Right. So then you put
take help of medication
and bring it back up.
Fire them back.
Yeah, and a good psychiatrist can keep you normal.
Balanced.
So for instance, there is something. So there are antidepressants and there are
mood
stabilizers. So what a mood stabilizer can do is like, if earlier you would go like that, mania, depression, then with the mood stabilizer, you'll go.
Acha.
You can generally live a healthy lifestyle, so it can't harm you, like if we keep your blood pressure in check, keep your blood sugar in check, these things, if you have these plus bipolar, then think how much trouble you will be in,
Right.
But the problem is that bipolar patients are naturally attracted and have a tendency to, become addicts. So you have to be very careful there. And what can really help you in keeping yourself in check is therapy. A good therapist can really keep you controlled. They can
keep you grounded.
And they can give you mechanisms and exercises whereby if you are confronted with, if you want to drink and you want to binge drink, a good psychologist can help you train your mind in such a way that you can say, no, I don't need this right now. So that way therapy really helps. So if you think you are bipolar, please see a psychiatrist, please go to a therapist. One thing which, you see, earlier when I was diagnosed, doctors never told you to exercise and all because they didn't think that is important. But today, they say that you must exercise because it gets your endorphins up. So your natural happiness will
Ma'am, आपने hypomania बताया. You also mentioned about depression.
And mania.
And mania, of course. मैं ये समझना चाहूँगा कि कई बारी hopelessness, helplessness, guilt भी feel होता है. ऐसा क्यों होता है? What are the reasons for it?
See,
worthlessness, in fact, worthlessness भी.
So this is what depression is. When you're in depression, you feel hopeless, you feel totally worthless. So this is depression. And if you have depression or if you have bipolar and you're in the depressive phase, you're going to feel like this. So the thing is this, I tell the younger people in my bipolar support group that you have to remember that this is the illness. The reality is much better. So, everything looks dark when you're in a depressive phase. You feel terrible about anything. Like I said, you could win a 5 crore lottery and all you'll be thinking about is, oh God, the tax people are going to come and catch me. Or, how am I, so much money, I don't really want it, I'll get into trouble, robbers will come to my house. Nothing positive will come to your mind, only the negative, So, you have to keep reminding yourself that I am thinking like that only because of some chemical problem. This is not the reality. My reality is fine.
You mentioned about the thoughts. मतलब आपने बताया कि इस type के negative thoughts आते हैं. And does it also lead to suicidal thoughts? And a lot of people, why do they commit suicide?
Because of, depression can lead to suicide. But there is always a way out, actually in life. And, like I grew up always hiding my depression, hiding my problems. It's only later I learned that expression is the opposite of depression.
So how did you bring in that acceptance?
I read a lot, luckily for me. Then I read this book by, there is a Jewish psychiatrist. Her name is,
Viktor E. Frankl.
no, that is Victor, but there was another woman, Edith Eger. She studied from Viktor Frankl.
Okay.
So she has written books. And in her book I read, expression is the opposite of depression.
You mentioned about your family time back in the day, ठीक है, जब साइकेट्री और साइकोलॉजी बहुत ही यंग था इंडिया में, है ना? आज के टाइम पे भी मतलब the stigma still persists.
Yes, stigma persists, but see, in an office like yours, everybody has heard of depression. It cannot be so difficult. So even if you have 3-4 people here as friends, you can tell them. You don't have to shout it out, but you can go and have a cup of coffee and you can say, look, I'm feeling like this. If I'm not able to cope with my work, please understand. Can you cover for me? I'm going to the doctor. I'll be fine in a few days. You can even go to your manager and say that, look, I'm undergoing depression. I don't know if it's okay here, but you can try and say that I'm getting into depression. I need a break. Go home, stay for a week, see, settle your thoughts. Convince yourself that I'm only seeing the bad picture. The picture is not my reality. You know, start taking medication, start doing therapy. You will feel better. Then you can come back.
So for you, one of your coping mechanism as well as to accept your reality was to actually go through the book, read the book, take the spiritual
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Right. For a lot of people, that is not.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people, for their coping mechanism, they tend to build coping through substance.
That's the worst thing to do.
Did you ever
No.
had a chance, or
You see,
you ever gave it a thought कि ये आया कभी कि यार
nahin, I never thought of that because I had an alcoholic brother. I have seen what alcohol can do to you. I never want to go there.
Ma'am, you describe the whole scenario from the perspective of someone undergoing this. Now, I want to understand the role of a caregiver, a primary caregiver, and how to actually seek for help.
Yeah. So, see, one thing which has happened during COVID is that if you go to Instagram and Facebook and all, a lot of people have come up, you know, it's okay to talk to me. It's all about talk. Everybody is there to help you. There are free people offering you free therapy. It's become, you know, it's almost okay to be a little unwell, little hatke, chalega. So that's a huge advantage. If you are feeling unwell, then yes, please contact a psychiatrist. Please go to a therapist. Please confide in a friend. And if you are taking care of somebody who is in a phase or just simply depressed, then your job has to be to be there. Just so that person doesn't feel I'm alone in this world, and that itself, you know, arouses paranoia. So just to be there saying, you know, you're unwell, everybody falls sick. This is an illness of thoughts. So, you know, the heart problem is an illness of the heart muscle. You know, some people break a leg. Here, it is an illness of the thoughts. But it's an illness. You know, there's nothing wrong with you per se. You're a fine person. You're absolutely great. But yeah, right now you have an illness. So what do you do when you have an illness? You rest. You know? So persuade that person to take rest. Not if you try, I have done it, so I know how difficult it is. That you're in a depression, but you're going to office every day and you're trying to do the work and it's killing you. But I didn't have an option. I had to do it. But if you have the option, please step back a bit. Because if you broke an arm and a leg, you would stay at home, no? You know? Or if your heart, blood pressure went up very high, you would take a break, no? So why can't you take a break if you have depression? Please take a break. Understand your illness, figure it out, and then you'll be all right. Today, there are, medicines which can keep you fine. It's no longer something, okay, so they say there is no cure. But definitely, these illnesses of the mind can be controlled.
Can be treated.
They can be treated.
Yes.
So if that is the case, then let's not shy away from that treatment.
Ma'am, having a safe group, right? Safe set of people. या कुछ ऐसे लोग होते हैं कि आप जिनसे बात कर सकते हो, they don't bring any judgment,
Right.
right? पहले के टाइम पे बहुत मुश्किल होता था.
Hmm.
How do you think with time society has evolved and how much we have broken down this stigma around mental health?
See, I frankly don't think the change is beyond some pockets in the metros. You know, it's just the Instagram generation probably. But there is a whole reality of people in our urban slums and then in our villages where there is zero awareness. So there is zero support, you know. So I don't think there it has changed too much. You know, I'll give you an example. I had gone to the doctor once, and there was a girl, young girl, nice looking, pretty girl. And you see, one of the other symptoms of in bipolar disorder when you're manic is that your sexual drive
Yeah,
really gets heightened.
Yes,
You know?
yes, indeed.
So there was this girl, and all she was doing was from the queue, she kept breaking the queue to talk to the young guys.
अच्छा.
You know, she was going and flirting with them. You know, her parents from the village, you could see they're from the village. You know, dhoti and kurta. And all. The father couldn't take it. That why is she being so promiscuous? You know, and he मना करा एक बार दो बार, but she's got a problem, right? She's not doing it deliberately. It's the illness.
It's a
which
condition
is
that is
her.
making her do.
So she was going up to one guy. He just caught her by the hair and he slammed her right there. I'm watching shocked, you know, and I'm thinking, how can he be like this? Can't he see that she's unwell? But he doesn't know. So this must be happening everywhere, you know. So there is this huge need for education, I feel, you know, because without that, it's not going to change. Trust me.
Right. मतलब even अब सोशल मीडिया पे भी मैंने कई बार ऐसा देखा है कि people are very casual about talking about this thing, wherein they don't understand the depth or the gravity of the situation,
Yes.
right?
Somebody was asking me this question the other day. Yeah. You know, just like I can come into office and say, look, I'm having a terrible backache. I need you to be kind to me. You know, I need some considerations. I should be able to come and say that, look, I'm going through a depressive phase. You need to understand. You need to be kind to me. This has to happen, you know. And it can happen. It'll take a lot of will and effort, money.
Yes.
But हो सकता है.
Do you see, like, even if in bits and pieces, कि country थोड़ा बहुत progress कर रहा है,
मुझे नहीं लगता.
especially addressing the
मुझे नहीं लगता.
mental health?
मुझे नहीं लगता. You know, in India,
Potential hold करता है progress करने का.
potential is something, but I mean, what last I read, for every something like 1.5 lakh people, we have one psychiatrist. So how is that one psychiatrist going to help? Cannot help, right? So first of all, people don't go only because they don't even know कि जाना चाहिए. ऊपर से है ही नहीं, तुम ढूंढो. आजकल people like you and me, if we want to look for a therapist, you'll find that there are none available. Already the lack has started. So, I mean, what are we talking about? Where is the progress? I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing this huge move towards commercial. Everything is commercial. Every motive is profit. And everything is like, I say so, therefore I am. I am because I say so. Instagram is reality. Facebook is reality. Twitter.
Ma'am, we're also coming to a close now.
Yeah.
Right, and I would want you to share your departing words with our audience, which is a very younger set of audience, and with your words, they'll be in a position to get informed, they'll feel educated, they'll definitely feel enlightened with your story, and I hope it reaches to a wider audience. So please share your departing words.
Yeah, so I would say that first of all, not to get trapped by the mumbo jumbo. If you have bipolar disorder or depression, remember it's an illness, just like any other illness like diabetes. Treat it like an illness. it is not you, it's not your reality. It confuses you because it attacks your thoughts, but it's an illness. Okay. So remember that and seek help. Please seek help. Go to a doctor, psychiatrist, sympathetic friend, colleague, and don't hide it. Don't bottle up your thoughts, because when you bottle up everything now, then it erupts in a bad way. So don't keep it all in. And remember, expression is the opposite of depression. And, everything passes, nothing is permanent. So if you are sick, you'll be well also. So it's all right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.